So this section is going to be talking about the career of Dr. Jeff Delaney, who is our current Chief Information Officer at Kennesaw State. So we wanted to know a little background on Dr. Delaney. So we started off the interview by asking him why he decided to take the CIO position at KSU. He responded with a little background on himself, saying that he'd worked 25 years at several other institutions, and he had been at the Board of Regents for 5 years. So about 3 years ago, the current CIO left KSU, so KSU reached out to the Board of Regents and asked if anyone was willing to volunteer to come down and fill in while they looked for a replacement. Obviously, Dr. Delaney accepted that volunteer position, and after about 6 months of him volunteering in the position, that's actually when Dr. Witten came on board, and after 1 month of her being the president, she actually offered him the job full-time, and he accepted. We then asked him, how would you describe the business expectations for IT? And he basically said IT is ingrained in everything we do here at KSU. So the business expectation from KSU to the CIO is that it must be reliable. He said if the internet's even down for a minute, he hears about it. So reliability is priority number one. Furthermore, it needs to be secure. They're always concerned and trying to be vigilant of hacking threats and breaching threats. And they really try to just be a business partner to KSU, letting them accomplish their goals as the college and then being the technology experts at the CIO office. We then asked him what was most in need of attention in the security and technology department when he first started. He then gave the response of security was done, there was a great security team in place, and that didn't need much change after he came on board full-time. But what was lacking was data governance. That's what needed the most attention. So basically, who has access to the data? When can they access it? Who has the authority to allow access? How long should we keep the data? And when should it be archived and retained? So basically just a general overhaul of the disposal policies and just in general the data governance.
Any CIO has a great amount of responsibilities. The CIO must be able to successfully lead a large information and technology team, collaborate with other leaders on campus, oversee all infrastructure, be innovative and security driven. Dr. Delaney is no exception. He is responsible for leading the strategic vision of KSU's Technology Services Department. Dr. Delaney's team consists of approximately 200 individuals that have various responsibilities. Team members include cybersecurity engineers and analysts, customer service specialists, data analysts, database administrators, system engineers, system support specialists, technical support analysts, software engineers, project managers, communication specialists, web developers, app developers, and several other individuals. Dr. Delaney is responsible for IT alignment and support of all other departments at KSU. He and his team are constantly analyzing the needs of the university as well as forecasting when those needs can or will be met, both from a project development standpoint and financially. Dr. Delaney and his team must be innovative, always be looking at when future technologies will become available and how the technology can best assist the university with its strategic goals. Security of the KSU systems and the data is one of, if not the most important task that Dr. Delaney's team supports. We asked Dr. Delaney what keeps him up at night. His reply was a data breach either from a foreign or internal threat which exposes student, faculty, finance, or human resource data. He also implemented stronger data governance. KSU collects a lot of data and protecting that data is key. Data governance includes questions such as who has access, when is access given, who provides access, and how long is data stored. One unique responsibility that was added to Dr. Delaney's job description was that of institutional research. This team is responsible for all mandated reports requested by the Georgia University system, state, and federal governments. Typically, this reporting would not fall under the technology space, but because there was a lot of work to be done with the data warehouse, it made sense to make this change. The data warehouse wasn't reliable and needed to be cleaned. Good data now allows the decision makers to make informed decisions in several key areas, including enrollment and what programs are growing. Other areas of Dr. Delaney's responsibilities include communication, training, and meetings. He has regular meetings with Dr. Witten, the president of KSU. He is also a member of the President's Cabinet along with other university vice presidents. He's at these meetings as IT is involved in almost every aspect of university business. During these meetings, university strategy, infrastructure changes, strategic initiatives, and visioning are discussed. Once a month, Dr. Delaney and his team prepare a newsletter including software updates, new security information, security reminders, upcoming trainings, and special topics. He also has training initiatives to prepare, such as cybersecurity training for all new employees, refresher security training for all employees every 6 months, and events such as Cybersecurity Awareness Month in October.
Among the many responsibilities of the CIO office, hardware and software is probably one of the most visible to its constituents. Most hardware and software purchases are done through state-level contracts. The University System of Georgia contracts with 20 to 30 vendors of both hardware and software. By purchasing at the state level, the university system minimizes the number of contracts it has to manage and consolidates purchases to maximize volume discounts. State-level contracts are a one-size-fits-all solution. When non-standard equipment is needed, a request form can be submitted along with the business need. For example, when a computer science researcher needs a more powerful computer to do data analytics. Hardware updates are done on a life cycle replacement plan. For computers, it's every 5 years to ensure current operating systems and security standards. Other hardware, like projectors, the replacement time is variable. The CIO's office handles both software development as well as purchase software used by faculty, student, and staff. A majority of KSU's software development is done in-house. Everything from mining data for institutional research to understand student performance, looking at secure access to resources, database operations, integrating the variety of systems at KSU, developing a mobile application, and more. Information Technology Services provides access to faculty, student, and staff to a variety of software, from Microsoft Office and email to parking management systems to expense management software, as well as our learning management system. The Computing and Software Services site lists over 70 titles. In addition to providing access, they also handle maintenance, with weekly Microsoft updates and daily virus protection updates. A recent software implementation success at KSU is Duo, a two-factor authentication system that protects against lazy password habits and brings KSU security up to industry standards. Dr. Delaney, the CIO, has said it has almost completely stopped unauthorized access. Hardware and software is a huge responsibility at the CIO level. From servers and enterprise software to desktops and individual applications to software development and security, it's a lot. And KSU's CIO, Dr. Delaney, has an effective plan for managing and maintaining these resources.
The key component in understanding business strategy is defining what technological strategy actually is. We look at two major components for that: defining the relationship between technology and corporate strategy, as well as defining the relationship between the long-term technology strategy and organizational or business strategy overall. One of the first steps in understanding the relationship between IT and corporate strategy is understanding the finance strategy that supports all of this. In doing so, we understand the restraints as well as the capabilities of the department based off the allocated funds. So things such as compensation and benefits are given to us to cover our personnel expenses and our benefits. And this ensures that we have a strong support system within our IT department that will help to further the initiatives of the corporation as a whole. One of the next key components in understanding the relationship between IT and corporate strategy is understanding infrastructure expenses. Those include things such as AV equipment, network equipment, and even costs associated with maintaining access points. Although these costs are allocated to IT, it's important to understand that these functions are what helps IT support the overall functionality and operations of the corporation as a whole. Another key element in defining the relationship between IT and the corporate strategy overall is looking at software. Updating and maintaining software, while it may be allocated to IT, is still a function that is necessary for the overall operations of KSU. By understanding this, we continue to see the relationship that IT has built with corporate, which is working as a support system to ensure that all functions work properly. Another key element in the shared relationship between technological and corporate strategy is internal development. In looking at internal development, we see another item that is allocated to IT, however, serves as a function that benefits the entire corporation. By allowing the expansion and development of networks and departments, the IT department is able to better themselves, but also better KSU as a whole. IT strategy also becomes a critical element when we look at long-term corporate strategy as well. By looking at things such as business continuity, we see the efforts of the IT department to employ advanced technology through systems such as the security scans from PeachNet Internet as an effort to ensure all systems function properly and also help to avoid disruptions in routine business operations. Our last but most critical step in IT strategy and its support of long-term functions comes in the way of security. IT has been tasked with ensuring all systems remain secure and have proper steps in place to defend against cyber attacks. By maintaining and improving their IT layered defense approach, which includes firewalls, antivirus, monitoring of applications developed or purchased, and email scans, IT ensures that all functions will remain safe and secure.
Dr. Delaney knows that technology will play an important role in the future success of Kennesaw State. He knows that the traditional four-year semester system is antiquated and that there is less demand for the lengthy college program. And this is where he believes that micro-credential and just-in-time learning will be essential for the university in the years to come. I currently work with KSU, and I hope to work with the organization for the next 10 years. I truly believe that Dr. Delaney has already aligned technology and business strategy into one. The first thing that he did when he came to KSU was to implement a data governance process, which enables business to exert control over the management and data assets. This is very important for the organization. Dr. Jeff Delaney, Kennesaw State's current CIO, has a good understanding of the future of technology that is needed for the organization. During the interview, he mentioned two major projects that he has in mind for Kennesaw State. One of them being a mobile app and the other one being blockchain technology. The KSU mobile app is expected to be launched by fall 2020. This application will allow students, faculty, and other staff members to have direct access by downloading the application to their phone to registration, email, D2L, and many other resources that are now only available if you access it through your laptop. Dr. Delaney also mentioned blockchain technology, which is a permanent data system. Now, this is in the early development stages, but once it is implemented, it will allow KSU to move towards a micro credentials, digital budgeting, and it will also allow students to access the transcripts within seconds rather than waiting days to receive them.
We found Dr. Delaney to be very professional, insightful, and personable. He is someone that each of us felt we could easily work with either as a team member or on a project. Our reasons include Dr. Delaney has very good business knowledge and understanding of the role technology plays in higher education. This knowledge extends to current trends in university technology as well as future technologies. One example of his knowledge and team's preparation was the university's quick response to COVID-19, enabling us to continue our education virtually. Dr. Delaney is a collaborative business partner, embracing what the faculty and students want, while at the same time understanding the need to balance those requests against business requirements. We also found him to be innovative and forward-focused. He was easily able to discuss 5G technology, both its importance to the university and the providers. He also discussed a mobile application that is in development and was also intrigued by blockchain technology efforts for transcripts and transactions. And finally, he is also extremely security-driven. He's concerned about how to maintain the privacy of stakeholders, including students and faculty. He recognized as the interim that governance had a lot of opportunities for improvement within the university. Security is also what causes Dr. Delaney to lose sleep. The motto that we chose for our group is BIPS. B is for business, the I stands for innovation, P stands for people, and the S stands for security. This motto is something that we will carry with us as we move on throughout our MBA careers and our future endeavors. The 4 components of BIPS each provide a reminder to us. Business is that decisions made need to support the business requirements and strategy. Innovation reminds us to be forward-thinking. What can new technologies solve for us? People, everything we do, we need to keep in mind that the end result has to be ease of use for our end users. And security, it has to be secure, safe, and protect our people.